during the time of our break.
这个堂弟兄跟我在休息时候，我们谈了一下。
If we look at the history of the Israelite, there's always such great famines, right? Even for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
我们看以色列历史，就是在亚伯拉罕、以撒、雅各他们当时候也发生饥荒。
And during the time of the Judges, there's such great famine throughout the whole land.
那么在4世纪的时候，在前地有这么大的饥荒。
Even in Bethlehem.
就是在伯利恒也是一
But
样。
of course, there should not be any famine in Bethlehem, but the reality is there is famine.
那么的确就是这个在伯利恒的饥荒。
Just like in our church.
就好像今天在教
Life should
会
be full of peace, should be full of joy.
在教会应该是充满了平安喜乐
It should be full of love.
充满了这个爱
But the reality is not.
但是呢，事实上并
So,
不
but
如
what is
此。
the greatest teaching?
那么最大的这个教训是什么？
Don't leave the land of Bethlehem.
就是不要离开这个伯利恒
Even though you and I experience those kind of things.
就是你跟我经历过这些
The same thing for me. I've been in Christ about 20 years.
对于我来讲也是一样，在主里头20多年
Of
了
course, and as a pastor, I see many things that's really not edifying.
我作为一个传道人，我看到很多事情也不造就的
But I'm not going to leave the church
但是我不会离开教会
because，this is my home.
因为这是我的家
And this is my, my love for our Lord Jesus Christ.
这也是我展现对主的爱的地方。
So in other words, yes, sometimes we experience famine, but don't leave. Why don't leave?
是的，有时候我们经历一些饥荒，但是不要离开
Let me ask you a question.
让我问大家一个问题
When Naomi left the land of Bethlehem,
当我离开这个伯利恒的时候
was she in great famine?
是不是会看到更大的饥荒
Was she?
是不是
It's interesting, right?
所以讲起来
let's
是很
go.
有趣
Okay. Let's go, to see the reality of things when she returned back to Bethlehem.
当他回到这个伯利恒的时候
Look at verse 19, chapter 1, verse 19.
第1章19节
Now the two of them went until they came to Bethlehem, and it happened when they had come to Bethlehem that all the city was excited because of them, and the women said, Is this Naomi?
所以19节说他们两个人同行来到这个伯利恒那么合成人都惊讶，妇女说这是拿俄米吗？
So she returned back, so all the people are so excited.
她回来了，大家都很惊讶
But the problem is they couldn't really recognize her, right? They asked, Is this Naomi? Right?
那么他们没有办法认出她是拿俄米
Why? Because her husband died, her two sons died, and she lived in the land of Bethlehem for over 10 years. I mean, the land of Moab for over 10 years.
因为她的丈夫死了，两个儿子死了，而且在摩亚地聚居10年了
What does Naomi mean?
这个拿俄米是什么意思？
Sweet, right? Sweet.
就是甜的意思
So they say, Is this sweet? Right? You can translate, Is this Naomi? Is this sweet?
意思说这就是甜的意思
Then
吗？
verse
是甜吗
20.
20节
But she said to them, Do not call me Naomi, call me Mara.
那么拿俄米说不要叫我拿俄米，要叫马拉。
What does Mara mean?
马拉是什么意思？
Mara? Bitter, yes. Yeah, bitter.
苦的
Right?
意思
So from sweet to bitter.
从甜转为苦
So from Bethlehem to Moab.
从伯利恒到摩亚
Look at verse 21.
21节
I went out full.
我是满满的出去
I went out full.
满满的出去
And the Lord has brought me home again empty.
但是神使我空空的回来
So why do you call me Naomi?
所以为什么还叫我拿俄米
Since
呢
the Lord has testified against me and the Almighty has afflicted me.
因为神降祸于我前人者使我受苦
So she said, I went out full.
所以我出去是满满的出去
What do you think she meant by I went out full? What's that?
他说满满出去是什么意思
Why did she thought, yeah, she's in Bethlehem. She was full, but she went out anyway.
在这个伯利恒他是有满满的，但是他还是出去了
When she said full, what does that mean?
所以说满满的出去是什么意思
Yes, right? So we have to understand like the most meaningful things in life is our family, right? Really?
所以我们应该 知道就是对我们最有意义的就是我们的家庭。
So even though she stayed in Bethlehem, but the thing is, maybe there's no food, there's no drink, but guess what? She has her husband, she has her 2 sons. So she was full, right, in that sense.
所以当时候在伯利恒虽然是这个有饥荒，但是她有丈夫，有2个儿子，所以她是满满的。
So that's why you and I, when we think about this concept,
所以我们想到这个观念
you know, many CEOs in the world,
这个在就很多的这个总经理在世
even
界
though they are
上
millionaires,
他们是百万富
and
翁
guess what they do not have,
但是他们没有什么
right? They don't have wife, they don't have children. Why? Because they are so busy being successful in life, right?
但是他们没有妻，没有子女，因为他们一直追求名利的事
So at the end, they become so depressed.
所以最终呢，他们觉得非常的
No one
沮丧
understanding, especially when you reach your 50s and 60s, you realize, you look back, what did I do in my life that is meaningful?
所以呢，尤其你到50岁、60岁以后对你来讲还有什么意义呢？
So that's why, for us, we must think about this concept.
你我必须要想想这个概
Yes,
念
in church, not everything is perfect.
在教会不是什么都是完
Right?
全
We will
的
see things that is not edifying.
或许你看的事情对你也没造就
But as long as you and I are in church,
但是只要我们留在这个教会
and our loved ones are in church,
我们所爱的人也在教会，
that is all we need.
那么这就是我们
So
所
that's
需要
all we need.
就是我们所需要的
Because that's all we need to complete as a human being.
因为这对我们做一个人来讲，这就是这完全是
Because she was Naomi, but now she doesn't want to call Naomi, or she want to call Mara.
因为她是拿俄米，但是现在要别人叫她玛拉。
But she said, she testified that the Lord brought me home again empty.
但是她是不是有讲说，神让我这个又空手的回来？
Now, if she wasn't empty, you think she would return back to Bethlehem?
她都是空的，她会再回到这个伯利恒吗？
Maybe not.
或许不
Maybe
会。
she herself will lose herself, not only her husband and 2 sons, but also she herself.
或许她连自己她也都没有了。
But of course, to lose a husband, 2 sons, that's a horrible thing that happened.
当然离开这个世界丈夫跟2个儿子是很大的凄惨。
And the same thing for us, when you and I, focus so much in the things of this world, our husband no longer, come to church, our husband no longer, worship God or pray to God, and spiritually, this means he's dead.
所以说，若是你在这个世界上这样子打拼但是呢你的先生不跟你同心他也不跟你来教会，那这是有什么意义呢？
And maybe our children also.
或者是我们的子女也是
They
一
don't
样
come to church anymore.
他们不愿意来教会
They
了，
don't pray. They don't worship God anymore.
他们也不祷告，也不敬拜神
So they also are dead spiritually.
所以事实上在属灵的意义上也是死了
So whatever decision you and I make, and is so important to the whole family.
所以你跟我所做的决定对整个家庭是很重要。
We do not know the decision was Naomi or was Elimelech, right? We did not know. But as parents, they bore the responsibility taking their kids to the land of Moab.
所以呢，不管是拿俄米的决定，或是以利米勒的决定，但是带了孩子到摩亚地去，这个就有问题了。
So now let's go back to verse 5.
我们看这个第1章chapter
Chapter 1, yes.
第1
Yeah,
章
chapter
第5
1, verse
节，
5.
第1章第5节。
Then both Mahlon and Chilion also died, so the woman survived her 2 sons and her husband.
他说马伦跟基连2人也死了，剩下的拿俄米没有丈夫，也没有儿子。
So when Elimelech died,
这以利米勒死的时候
did Naomi return back to Bethlehem?
是不是拿俄米就马上就回去这个伯利恒？
Did she?
是不是？
Actually, no.
不是的。
Right? So in this aspect, we must blame on Naomi, right? Because her husband is dead now, but she should have taken 2 sons back to Bethlehem, but she didn't.
那这个时候是不是我们要责备这拿俄米？因为这个丈夫死了，那么你是不是这个时候应该带你2个儿子同你回到这个伯利恒？但
But
是他
she
没有
didn't. But she
他没有。
Because of this, then her 2 sons also died.
那因为没有，所以结果2个儿子也死了。
And this is a very sad story.
所以这个讲起来是很悲剧
Actually,
的。
this, of course, the story of Ruth is about, redemption, right? About redemption.
因为这个路德本来就是一个救赎的意思。
So just like for human race,
就好像对人来讲
before the salvation is only for the Jews.
因为以前的救恩只有临到犹太
But
人
because of God's great love,
因为神的大爱，
and He also gives us the opportunity to be redeemed through His blood.
让我们有机会借着他的宝血得到救赎
So all of this suffering
所有的受苦
is for Ruth
这个就是对路德来
to
说
be come the genealogy of also King David, right?
也成了这个大卫这个君王家属的先祖
And the genealogy of our Lord Jesus Christ.
也成为主耶稣这个他的家谱
So
当中
actually,
的
the whole
先祖
situation is a bad situation.
所以可以讲整个大的状况来讲是一个很不好的状况
But God turned it to be good.
但是神把它这个转为这个好的
Because
情况
through Ruth, even though she's a Moabite,
虽然说路德她是个摩亚的女子
but we can see later on, right, that she was redeemed.
但是我们看见后来她就是被得赎了
And to that redemption,
那么经过这个救赎
that she also become part of the genealogy of the chosen people of God.
也成为就是神的这个救赎的显明当中的先祖
So in verse 5,
所以这个第5节
both Mahlon and Chilion had died.
这个马伦跟基连两人死了
Now in verse 6,
那么第6节
then she arose with her daughter-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab.
所以他就跟2个儿妇起身，要从摩亚地归回。
Now she has no more hope in the land of Moab.
那么在摩亚地，他没有什么指望了
My God as king have died.
就是我的神是我的王死了。
After that, I have hope in my 2 sons.
那么至终呢，我还有这个2个孩子的希
And
望
my 2 sons also died.
那现在2个儿子也死了
And they have died even without having born children.
死而且也没有生下这个孩子。
And only then,
那么这个时候
Naomi say here, she arose. She arose.
所以拿俄米他就说我要起来了
When she came out of the land of Moab,
要离开这个摩亚地了
and she went to Bethlehem.
他要回到这个伯利恒去
Now,
了
sometimes, when you and I go into the wrong direction,
有时候你跟我这个到错的方向
and we don't return back to God until we have hit bottom.
除非说我们这个走到底了，碰到底了，要不然我们还是不回头回到神
But
面
even we have hit bottom,
就是我们碰到底了
sometimes we are still too stubborn to return back to the
有
Lord.
时候我们还是非常的顽固，不愿意回头
I remember when I was in Ghana,
我还记得我在加纳的时
there's a
候
brother, God bless him a lot. God bless him a lot.
有一个弟兄，神非常祝福他
But during that time, he was not active at all in worshiping God
但是那个时候呢，他对于这个教会的圣工他不参与的
because he was a taxi driver.
因为他是开计程车
And if you're a taxi driver in Africa, this means you have a lot of money.
在非洲，你若是开计程车，表示你很有钱。
But during that time, he didn't really get involved in church and nothing like that at all.
那个时候，他对这个教会都没有参加圣工
So during the time, he had flesh-eating disease.
fresh
Yeah, flesh-eating bacteria disease.
他就是患了一个病这个病菌呢会吃他的肉
So it starts from his ankle, right on top of his ankle. It starts from there.
就是从他的这个脚这个脚尖端开始，
And it starts eating all the way below his kneecap.
然后在这个膝盖底下的肉就慢慢就被吃了。
If you know flesh-eating disease, they not only eat your flesh, but also eat your bones. They eat your bones.
当然，这个病菌不是只有这个啃食你的肌肉，甚至你的骨骼也是一样。
Because the brother was wealthy,
那么这个弟兄有钱
he went to all kinds of different doctors.
他去找了所有的名医，
But when he goes, it continues to be worse and worse and worse and worse.
但是情况是越来越糟糕。
During time, he spent all his money
当时他花了所有
and
的
different
钱
doctors.
去找不同
And
的
at
医
the
生
time, because the flesh-eating disease was so horrible, he's in great pain every day.
那么这个病菌相当的厉害，说每天都很疼痛
Then he smells so bad.
而且他是全身发
So
臭
during time, his family cannot, even though they can stay in a big hut, they cannot because he had to go outside because it smells so bad.
但因为这骨肉这个腐烂发臭，所以呢家人也要勉强他到这个房子外面
So
住
he spent all his money.
所以他花了所有的钱
Tried several months, now he's pretty much dying.
那么经过这几个月折磨之后，他已经快死
So
了
he had hit bottom.
所以他是已经到了低谷
But thank God he woke up.
但感谢主，他这个时候他醒
Then
悟过
he
来
came back to Christ.
他又回到主的
And
面前
he, prayed to God
向神祷
and
告，
cried to God.
向神哭
That
泣
please, heal this flesh-eating disease.
就求神你医治我这个痛苦
After several weeks,
经过几个礼
and
拜
he，see that it's getting better.
他感觉到开始有慢慢好转了
And he's continued to pray for several months.
继续的祷告几个月
Then he started to heal more and more and more and more.
他就感觉到这个慢慢的这个痊愈，就开始有更多的痊愈
So by the time I met him,
那么到那时候我看见他的
God
时候
already healed him completely.
神已经完全医治他
But
了。
what's interesting, God left a deep scar in his whole leg, right? A deep scar.
对，但有趣的是神在他的这个脚部还留下一个很深的一个疤痕。
So when you look at his leg, you can see the outline of all the flesh-eating disease, eating all his meat right around his leg. And he said the reason why God left this here because to remind me, right? To remind me.
所以神给他留下这么一个深的一个疤痕就是神要来提醒他
So after he was healed,
那么他得医治之后
every time we missionary, from TJC we go there, he used his taxi to drive us everywhere, right?
所以每
Everywhere.
次我们真耶稣教会的传道人到那里去，先到工作的时候，他就用他的计程
When
车
we
来
go
召
there,
这
we
年
go
轻
for
人
the whole week, 2 weeks. So he just, for free, he take us, drive us everywhere.
我们在那里待1个礼拜、2个礼拜，甚至3个礼拜那他都是用他计程车免费的带我们到各个地方去
And
宣道
because he's a taxi driver, and then everywhere we go, he knows the shortcut, he knows the safe way. Because Africa is not a safe place to go.
那么他因为是一个计程车的司机，所以他知道要怎么走捷径因为非洲并不是个安全的地
For
方。
example, the first strange thing that I realized when you go to Africa, when people fill the gas in the gas tank, right, they only fill like a little bit, like, only very little.
比方说你若是要加油到加油站去那个帮你加油，他其实给你装一点点油而已
And then everywhere we go, and then they have to redo it again.
所以呢，你开了一段路还要再继续加油
You know why that is?
那是什么意思
I didn't realize why they would do that. What do you think why they do that?
你想说为什么他要这样做
Because if the thief comes and steal their car, they cannot drive too far. Yeah.
他们这样做，因为都是这个小偷强盗来拖你的车或抢你的车的话，那油是不够的，所以不会开太远。
But it's so inconvenient. Every 2-3 miles, you got to stop gas. And but the thing is, for them, if someone come, because for example, you go out, you eat something, you come out, your car is gone. But then you have full tank of gas, they are gone forever.
虽然说很不方便但是呢，与其说你装满了整个这个油箱的油，那你去吃比方说去吃午饭，回来的时候车子全部就被开走了，有这油箱的油，那就开了很远的地方去了。
So this brother, he used his own money, his own car, and drive us everywhere.
所以这个弟兄呢，用他自己的车用他的这个时间带我们到每一个地方去。
And not only that, God also blessed him even more.
那不仅如此，神也更多的祝福他。
And then, and then he didn't die, and his family are very healthy, and praise and thank God.
那他也没死，那他的家人也都是非
So
常的
that's why for you
健
and I,
壮所以感谢主
yes, even though we, maybe some of us, our hearts are ways in the land of Moab.
虽然说有些我们在摩亚地我们的这个日子还是很辛苦，
As long as you and I are still alive,
那只要我们还活着就好了
it's never too late
因为总是不会太迟
to return back to the land of Bethlehem.
就是再回到这伯利恒
So don't let Satan deceive us, right? Even sometimes we know our brothers and sisters haven't come to church for a while, they just feel so hopeless, this and that. Don't let Satan, because God is also full of grace.
所以呢，不要让这个魔鬼来这个欺骗我们因为至终呢，神还是蛮有这个恩典慈爱的
And that's why here in chapter 1, verse 6,
所以在第1章的第6节
why did she return from the country of Moab?
他们为什么要从这个摩亚地回来呢？
Say here, for she had heard that she have heard in the country of Moab that the Lord had visited his people by giving them bread.
因为这个拿俄米呢，在摩亚地就听见主眷顾自己的百姓，而且赐粮食给他们了。
Really think about this.
想一想这一句话
When she was in Bethlehem,
他在伯利恒的时候
she didn't realize that God always gives his people bread.
他没有切实的认出神总是给他的子民有足够
But now
的
she's
粮
in the land of
食。
Moab,
那么他到这个摩亚 亚地区
then he see that God is visiting his people.
他看见神又来造访他自己的百姓
But you and I have to realize this.
所以我们必须要认出这一点
God always visiting his people
因为神常常会造访他
and
自己的百
always
姓
giving his people bread.
也给供应他的百姓
But
这
the
直播食
problem
物。
is ourselves sometimes.
但是问题是出于我们自己，
That we're the one cannot see it.
因为我们自己看不出来
Remember Jesus Christ when after he fed the 5,000, right, with the fish and the bread.
记得主耶稣用5鱼2饼喂饱了这个5000人之后
And after they ate, they were full.
他们吃了而且饱了
What did they do with the leftovers?
那么对那剩下的食物呢
What did the people do with the leftovers?
这个那些人是怎么来处理这些食物
What did the people do with the leftovers? No, the people, not the disciples.
就是说是人我们不是讲那个主耶稣的门徒
Yes, the
就是
disciple collect them.
是的，主耶稣门徒把
This
这
mean-
收拾起来
What did the people do?
但是人是怎么做
No, the people just threw the bread away.
因为
Right?
当时被喂饱的人可能就是
Right?
把些剩下就丢在地上
The people ate, they were full, whatever's left over, they just throw to the side. But Jesus said, no, go and collect them. Go and collect them.
所以呢，那些当时候呢，那些百姓，他们吃饱了，就把这个食物就丢在地上。
And how
主
many-
耶稣门徒去把它捡拾起来
And
的
after they collect them, how many basketful?
那门徒捡了，那么有几个篮
12
子
basketful.
有12个篮子是满的。
So what does this mean for us?
那么这对我们是什么
You know,
意思
sometimes when you and I in Christ, we don't realize how wonderful it is to be in Christ.
因为我们在主里头，很多时候我们认不清楚，在主里头有多有福气。
Every day is full of God's grace, is full of God's blessing.
每天都是满有主的恩典主的这
But
个
we don't
祝福
realize that we feel like this is normal.
但
This is
是
normal.
呢，我们认为说这是这个理所当然的
You know, for me, because I came to Christ 20 years ago.
对于我来讲，我是20年前来信主
And before Christ, I have a lot of friends.
还没有信主之前，很多朋友
And now they call me, I talk to them.
他有时候他们会打电话给我，我会跟他们谈话
All of them in their late 40s, late 50s, they're all depressed. Even though they have so much money, they're all sad. They're divorced and all that kind of stuff, right? It's so sad.
很多朋友都40-50岁了这个时候呢，也有很多人他们就很沮丧而且有离过婚出过很多的这个问题的
And for us, we just feel it's normal to continue to be married, right? They be married. Oh, it's normal. My husband is boring. My wife is boring, right? We don't appreciate it. But in the world, right, 50.2% end up in divorce.
因为对于我们来讲我们还是在保留在我们这个这个婚姻里头但是呢，我们不觉得这是宝贵的但事实上，对那些在外面在主里外面的这些人事实上有这么大的这个比例他们都是已经这个到这个身败名裂或者是家庭分开离婚的这种惨境去了
So one of my mother's friend,
所以马人的朋友是怎么
she's
说
over 60 years old.
这个他已经60岁以
One
上
day she came home.
有一次他回来
There's a note on a table
在桌子上有一个字条
from her husband.
是从这个丈夫留
I
下来
don't
的
love you anymore.
这字条写说我不
So
爱
I'm
你
going to
了
go be with another woman.
我会跟另外一个女人出去了
Almost 70 years old.
快到70岁
So of course she cried. She's so sad.
所以当然这个女人会哭
And they've
会
been
伤
married
心
for over 40 years.
他们已经结婚40年
So the
了
husband just got up and then of course he went, to get a younger girl.
这个年长的这个丈夫离开了自己的妻子，跟一个年轻的女孩子就走了。
And it's very common in society.
但事实上，这种情况在社会是很普
So that's
遍。
why for you and I, when God blesses us, gives grace, we don't throw to the side, we put it together. When you and I truly put everything together, realize, wow, our life is 12 basketful.
所以呢，你跟我就是呢，我们在主的祝福里头我们吃饱足了，我们还要把剩余的留下来，收在这个篮筐里头因为这的确是神的祝福。
I live in this country since I was 9 years old.
我来到这个美国是9岁的时候
Actually, that's 37 years ago. Right,
是
already.
37年之前的事。
And I always appreciate this country.
当然我是很感激这个国家
But when I went to Africa,
那我到非洲去
then I realized, wow, America is a great, great country. You know?
你比较一下，感觉说美国的确是非常的富有的国
Because in
家
Africa, when you walk, you don't know if someone gonna come and rob you and kill you at any time, right?
因
It's
为
very
在非
common.
洲有时候你一个人行走，你都不知道什么时候会有盗贼会来杀你，会抢你
So everywhere we walk, so my co-worker will walk in front, I walk in the back just to watch one another.
所以呢，在非洲常常就是有一个童工，他在前面走，一个在后面走，
And
互相提防。
Every time we take the bus, this and that, people are fighting and punch each other. Why? Because they want to grab us to go on their bus, right? They're fighting. And they kill for like 5 cents, 10 cents. And that is the life.
那常常为争取这5分钱的毛利这个就是这些非洲人，他们就是会打起架来。
And there's so many women on the road, on the road they sell themselves, right? $1, $2, right? That is so awful, right? To live that kind of life.
那么在非洲的这个街道上，很多的这个女人那个妓女这个为了1块钱2块钱，他们要卖身。
When they drink water, there's all moving bacteria inside the water. They drink it.
那你看他们喝的水，这个水里面是充满了这个细菌，但是他们也没办法
I
要这
remember
样
one time
喝。
I went to baptize about 29 people. I came back and it's a big leech on my thigh.
那
Leech.
对，我知道。就是有一次我为29个人洗礼那么水很脏回来的时候有一个很大的一个水蛭那个虫就咬在我的腿上
And it was itchy for the whole week.
我整个礼拜我是
Because
非常
the
的
water was so dirty.
因为这水实在是太脏了
And no matter how much shower I take, of course, you take a shower, it's from the same water that you're in, but it didn't help much, right?
所以呢不管是我多少是洗澡也是洗不干净，因为还是同样的脏水。
So when I came back to America, I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord, that I live in this country. Really, I really appreciate it.
所以回到美国我真是感谢主
Then
住在美国这个地
The
方
time I had after Africa, I always go to Hawaii.
那么常常非洲这个宣道会之后，我就到这个夏威夷
And
去。
during the baptism, you don't want to come out of the water. The water feels so nice.
那你在水里头帮人家洗礼，洗完礼以后，你真的不想离开那个水，因为这水实在是太好了。
Then during the baptism, we have underwater camera. We took picture of the baptizee. You see fish swimming around them. Right, in the
那么
photo,
在
you know.
在夏威夷的地方，他们还有这个水中照相因为在水里头洗礼，然后呢用水中照相，因为有很多的这个鱼在那边游泳。
And we have so much food. I eat so much.
那我们有这么多的食物可以吃。
When I go to Africa, their favorite subject is food. They always talk
到
about
非
food.
洲去，他们最喜欢听的是这个题材呢，就是讲食物。
And one time I asked him, hey, you guys have a buffet in Africa? I asked him.
我问他们，You ask them.
Yeah, I asked him, do you guys have buffet?
我问非洲说，你们知道有没有这个吃到饱？
Probably I'm being ignorant, It's like, buffet, what is buffet, right?
他们当然听不懂什么是吃到饱。
I say, you pay one price, then you eat all you want,
我说
right?
吃到饱，你就是付了钱什么让你吃到饱
They're like, really?
他们说还有这种事
You
吗
can？stay as long as you want?
真的你可以吃到你什
So
么
when
都
they
想吃
say
吗？
this, they're all drooling, right? They're
所以
all
他们吃的时候都
salivating,
他们都流口水了。
I say, yeah, you can stay and eat as much you want. Just one price, you eat all you want. They're like, oh, we want to be there, know?
我说是真的你付了钱，你要留下来多久，你要吃多少都
But-
可以
But do you and I, appreciate this kind of thing?
但是你跟我是不是还是会喜欢有这种事情
Of course, most of us, we not born in this country.
因为大家呢，大多数都不是在这边
And a
生
lot
的
of us also have, suffer a lot too in our own land.
那事实上在我们这个本土也受了一些苦
But don't forget that God's grace that you and I are here.
但是因为神的恩典就带我们到这个地方
So
来
every day we get up, we should just give thanks to God.
所以每天起床的时候，我们就应该感谢主
Don't throw that kind of grace away.
这不要把这个恩典呢就抛在地
So
上
that's for Naomi.
所以这个拿俄米
How come only now she heard that God give, God's people bread?
为什么到这个时候他才听到说神给这个自己的百姓食物
That's why in verse 7,
所以第7节
therefore she went out from the place where she was,
说于是他跟2个儿妇就起行离
and
开
her
所
two
住的地
daughter-in-law
方
with her too,
还有2个儿妇
and they returned right to the land of Judah.
就回到犹大地去了。
And verse 8,
第8节
And Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dwelt with the dead and with me.
说拿俄米对两个儿妇说：“你们个人回娘家去吧，愿主恩待你们，像你们恩待已死的人，与我一样。”
If you look at Naomi's situation,
都是看拿俄米的情况
you realize she had fallen to this deep hopelessness.
因为她曾经掉到这个完全没有指望的无底坑
And she even expressed it also to her two daughter-in-laws.
所以她呢也是用这样的情况来对待她两个儿妇
And saying, look, I'm going to leave, right? But you return to your mother's house.
所以跟她儿妇说：“我要回去本地，那你应该回到你娘家去
Because I have nothing for you now.
因为这个时候我没有什么可以给你们的
And look at here, in verse 9, the second half of verse 9.
第9节后半段
So she kissed them, and they lift up their voices and wept.
说拿俄米跟他们亲嘴，那他们就欢声哭了
Of course, she also feels sad. She doesn't want her two daughter-in-laws not to go with her.
因为拿俄米当然是伤心她当然也是希望这两个儿妇能够跟她
But
回去
she has nothing left for them.
但是事实她没有什么可以留给他们的
So she encouraged them, hey, go back, let's go back.
所以就鼓励说，那你们要回到自己的娘家去了
And I say here, in verse 9, she said, The Lord granted you may find rest, each in the house of her husband.
第9节说，愿神使你们各在新的夫家中得平安
So she said, yeah, remarry, right? And have your own life.
意思就是说，那你们应该在结婚嘛，然后有自己的生活了
Look at verse 10.
第10
And they
节
said to her, Surely we will return with you to your people.
第10节说，不然我们必与你一同回到你的
So
本国
who
去
said that they will return back with Naomi with her people? Who said?
那谁讲这一句话说跟你一同回到你的本国去
Who said that?
谁说了
What daughters say that?
是谁哪一个
Yes, both of them. Remember that both of them.
事实上是两个儿妇都这样说的
So now we move into Oprah and also Ruth.
所以我们看就一个 offer， 另外一个就是路德
So here about determination to follow Jesus Christ.
那么这个时候呢，就是你要下决心来跟随主耶稣基督
First, both, right? Both said, we will go with you.
两个儿妇都说我们都要跟你一起回去
But look at verse 11.
但是11节
But
呢
Naomi said, turn back, my daughters.
说我女儿回去吧
Why will you go with me?
为什么跟我去呢
Are there still sons in my womb that they may be your husband?
说我还能生子做你们的丈夫吗
And she tell, turn back, just go back.
所以回去就是说那你就回到自己的娘家
And
去
look at verse 14.
第14节
Then they lift up their voices and wept again.
14节两个儿妇又是欢声而哭了
So who lift their voices and wept?
是谁欢声而哭
Also both.
两个儿妇
Right,
都
both of
哭
them.
两个人都哭
First, they make determination, you know what, we're not going to return back, okay? We're going to go with you, both of them.
首先是他们两个都决定说，我们不回到自己的娘家，我们要跟你一起回去的。
Then they both, again, they wept, they don't want to go.
这个时候是两个儿妇呢，也是同样欢声而哭了。
But look at the second half of verse 14.
但是14节的后半段，
And Oprah kissed her mother-in-law.
就俄尼巴就跟这个婆婆
But
亲嘴而
Ruth
走
clung to her.
但是路德却舍
So
不
if you're
得
the
走
mother-in-law, which one you like better, the kiss or the clinging?
所以呢，你是做这个丈母娘的，你到底喜欢哪样子这个
Which
媳
one?
妇
Which one would you
是哪一
like
个你
right?
喜
As
欢
mothers, as mother-in-law?
就是说你做丈母娘，你要喜欢哪两个
If you have two daughters, one just come right, and just kiss you, right?
有两个儿妇，一个来就跟你亲个嘴
And she said, I don't want to go.
但是我还是不去了
And I'll cling onto you like this, right?
所以另外一个就是舍不得
And I don't want to go, right?
但我还不
Which
去
one would you prefer?
你喜欢哪一类的哪一个
Huh? You prefer Ruth? Okay, you prefer Ruth, right? Yeah. You know, both is very nice gesture, right? To kiss, for your daughter. I mean, a lot of you have daughter-in-laws. Have your daughter-in-laws ever kissed you before?
这两个儿妇其实表现都不错啊，他们还要跟你亲嘴。
A lot of time we don't even have that kind of relationship, right?
很多时候你跟自己的媳妇还没有这种关系的。
Sometimes mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws never get along. You know, that's a relationship, right?
常常这个婆媳相争啊，绝对不能合在一起。
So that's why, God said to Adam, leave your mother and father, right? Because you can have two queens in the house.
所以要
It
离
doesn't
开
exist,
自己的
right?
父母亲嘛。
But-
因为一家之中不能够有两个母的在那
But
里，
here you see both of them love.
两个母的，
I don't-
两个女的在家里。
But both of them love Naomi very much.
所以两个都是很爱这个拿俄米
Because Naomi is sweet, right?
因为拿俄米很甜
So make sure as mother-in-laws, make sure we also, Naomi, we also make sure we are sweet, right?
所以你说是婆婆的，你要记得你要像拿俄米这样甜的才
But
行。
quite often as mother-in-law, we are Mara, right?
但是很多时候我们是专程是马拉
We are bitter, right?
我们很苦
And actually, it's a natural human reaction, right? Because quite often your son is your love. Now you have another woman that you have to compete with, right?
那
For the
其
love of your
实这是
son.
人情之常，因为这个婆婆是爱自己的儿子，但是现在呢，这个你有媳妇了，所以这个媳妇呢就跟你的儿子就好像在那边就争取你的这个爱了
But the two daughters love Naomi very much.
但是这两个儿妇都是爱拿
Why?
俄米
Because even though the two husbands died, they still want to follow her.
因为他们两个丈夫都死了，但是还是想跟着他
So here, Oprah kissed her mother-in-law.
所以这个呢二儿八呢就
But
跟
Ruth
婆婆
clung to her.
亲嘴了
Ruth clung to her.
但是路德呢是舍不得拿俄米
So when you and I talk about spiritual teaching from this,
所以我们都是从这个属灵的角度来
no,
看这
when,
一集计
when we
划
follow our Lord Jesus Christ,
当我们跟随主耶稣的时候
yes, we can be, we can love our Lord Jesus Christ very much.
是的，我们可以爱主耶稣很多
But to cling on to Him sometimes is more important.
但是呢，要紧跟着他不舍，那么就比较难
But if
了
we truly love our Lord Jesus Christ,
那是若是我们是真实爱主耶
we
稣
not
的话
only kiss Him, but also we cling on to Him too.
不仅是跟主耶稣亲嘴，而且是我们紧抱着他而舍不得离开
Of course, why? Because if we don't cling on to our Lord Jesus Christ, then it's very easy just to kiss Him and love Him, and we still love the world.
因为若是我们不仅这个抱着主耶稣舍不得的话，那有可能你跟主耶稣亲嘴，但是你也跟世界亲嘴
Sometimes we kiss our Lord Jesus Christ, but we cling on and hold on to the world.
因为我们有时候我们跟主耶稣亲嘴，但是我们是抱着这个世界不放
But then even if you don't kiss Jesus Christ, but you cling on to Him, this means Jesus is mine, right? I'm clinging on to you. I'm not going to let you go.
但是你若是抱着主耶稣不让他走，意思是说我是属于你的，我总不让你走
But you think Oprah, Oprah for sure, you can see that she's a good daughter-in-law.
你看这228，其实她也是一个好的儿妇
She also had determination,
她也有决心的
but her determination was not enough.
但是她决心还是不够。
Look at verse 15.
我们看15节
Even though she kissed her mother-in-law,
这个15节这样说
and what kind of kiss is this?
这个我们说14节说跟伯伯亲嘴了
What kind of kiss was this?
这样的亲嘴是什么？
What's that? Yes, a goodbye kiss, okay? So not every kiss is the same. There's a kiss of embracement, right? There's a kiss of goodbye. Bye, I see you later, right? That's her kiss.
所以这个亲嘴呢，事实上是告别的亲嘴
Yeah. So that's why for us, even though sometimes we, of course we all have determination to follow Jesus.
当然我们都有决心要跟随主
And we love our Lord Jesus Christ very much.
那我们也非常爱主
But we must make greater determination.
但是我们要下更大的
And
决
that's
心
why for her here, we see that her kiss is a kiss of goodbye.
所以我们看见这个228他跟拿俄米亲嘴，事实上是告别的亲嘴。
What about Judas? What kind of kiss does he kiss with?
我看这犹大跟主耶稣也亲嘴，是怎么样的亲嘴呢？
Yes, a kiss of betrayal, right?
就是要变卖主耶稣
Actually, in
的
the
亲
Bible,
嘴
there's many different kind of kisses. Even though kisses is very good, right? Normally.
这个圣经有记载很多的这个亲嘴，本身亲嘴是好的事。
I don't know if you ever watched The Godfather. The Godfather is quite famous movie in the States, right? The Godfather.
这个有一个电影叫《Godfather》。
And then, one of the brother had to kill his younger brother because the younger brother betrayed him, right?
有一个他必须要杀他的这个小弟因为这小弟背叛了他
And one of the best scene that he grabbed his brother and he kissed him.
那么
He kissed him.
这个电影当中有一幕最迷人的，就是他抓了他的小弟，然后跟他亲嘴。
Because even though the older brother, loved his younger brother, actually he's a younger brother, loved his older brother very much, but the older brother betrayed him, so he kissed him. This kiss is a kiss of death.
啊，
Right?
所以
But
呢
he kissed him.
虽然说亲嘴，但事实上这是一个就是跟你亲嘴，就是意思是说这是临别就是死前的这个亲嘴了。
So we can see here, yes, it looked like the kiss from Oprah is very beautiful, but this is the kiss of goodbye.
所以看见就是228的亲嘴是很好，但事实上这是告别的亲嘴。
That's why in verse 15,
所以15节
and she said, "Look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods."
所以15节拿俄米才讲说，你的嫂子已经回到她本国，跟她所拜的神那里去了。
See, we can see here, right? This is the saddest moment.
事实上这就是最伤心的时候。
When Oprah returned back, actually to her people and to her gods.
就是眼看着这228回到他的百姓，他的本国，跟他所拜的神那里去。
But we know her God is their idols.
因为知道他所拜的神，那就是偶像。
And they say, "Return after your sister-in-law."
然后就是说你的嫂子都回去，你也跟他一起回
But
去吧。
think about this.
想想看，
Naomi has nothing to give Ruth anymore.
这个拿俄米没有什么可以给路德的，
Naomi has no home.
没有家。
She's a homeless person going back to her country.
他是这个时候是没有家，但是要回到自己
She
的
has
本
no
土去。
son to give to Ruth.
也没有儿子能够给路德
She has
做丈
nothing.
夫，他没有什么。
But why do Ruth make such determination?
为什么路德会下这么样的决心
No, that's why for us when we follow our Lord Jesus Christ,
所以我们来跟随主的时候
quite often outwardly or physically when we look at, what do we gain when we follow Jesus?
因为从外表看起来，到底我们跟随主，我们得到什么
Actually, we don't gain anything.
事实上我们没有得到什么
But actually, if we look at, more deeply, we gain everything.
但是你若是看更深一点，其实我们得到
And
所有
Ruth did not know this.
这个路德还不知道
And I'm sure even Boaz redeemed her during that time, but she didn't know how important her role is as Ruth during that time.
但是呢，虽然说波阿斯这个赎了这个路德，但是他不晓得在整个这个场记当中，他所扮演是什么角色
I remember a family.
记得有一个家人
The wife is in TJC.
他的太太是在这个真
She
耶稣
was
教
in
会，
TJC. She just passed away.
那么后来他就过世了。
At that time, she wanted 2 sons to be baptized.
那这个妈妈呢，要2个儿子受洗。
And at that time, she was separated from her husband. Separate from her husband.
当时候这个太太跟先生分开
Because her husband is not a believer.
因为这个先生
So
不
they
是
were
信主的
separate. So she wanted 2 sons to be baptized because she had the legal custody over them.
那他有这个法律上的领养权，所以他要把这2个孩子呢带去受洗
So we baptized the 2 sons.
所以我们就为他的2个儿子受洗
But
了
the husband got so upset.
那么这个时候呢，这个丈
When he
夫
heard
就激怒
about
了
it,，
他听到这个消息就
And
激
one of
怒
the reasons why he's so upset,
那他激怒的原因是
because he said TJC members.
他说真耶稣教的信徒
He said they have no drive.
他们 no drive
No drive. Like they don't want to be rich. They don't want to be anything. They just, they live a very simple life.
就是说这个丈夫呢，看真耶稣教的信徒啦，没有任何的这个冲劲也不想在争取任何
But he is a
的名
person, right, that, have a lot of drive. He make a lot of money. And he wants his 2 sons to be the same thing.
那么这个做丈夫的他有很多的冲劲想要这个赚大钱这谋大利，
So
他
he
也希
didn't
望他
want
2
the
个儿子跟他一样
he didn't want the 2 sons to come into TJC and be brainwashed by all of us.
所以他就不希望这2个儿子被带到真耶稣教会受洗，被洗脑。
But of course, he did not see there are a lot of brothers and sisters at work and stuff. The CEOs of company and some brethren make plenty of money. He didn't see this. He just see that when people come to church, we're just very humble. We don't brag, right? Who we are, what we are.
那么事实上他所看见只是表面他没有真实看见，在我们真耶稣教会里面也有很多是当 CEO
Because
的
other churches, I'm sorry.
只是说呢，看见教会的信徒到教会都是非常的朴素 非常的这个谦卑没有任何的外表，没有追求任何外面的这个名分地位的。
Because other church you go to, the minute they, oh, I'm Dr. So and so, I'm this, I'm that, right? For us, we just say I'm brother this, I'm brother that, right? And no one ever know who we are, what we do.
因为你若是到别的教会去，他们介绍就是你是某某的医生，某某的博士。但是在我们教会里头，我们就直接称弟兄姐妹所以别人他们不知道你的这个身份地位到底是什
I
么。
remember when I first came to Christ,
我还记得我刚归主的
and
时
I've
候
known this brother for 2 years,
我知道这个弟兄呢已经
but I
2
never
年了
know what he do for a living.
我也不知道他是怎么样谋生的
So actually we work for the same company, and he's a medical doctor.
那他同样的一个公司，他是医生
But I work for the behavioral health department, psychiatry department. He worked for medical department.
同样在一个医院但是在不同的部门
But-
工作
And just one day we went to a joint meeting, and like, is that brother so and so? Like, yeah, that's him. Like, we've been working together for the last 2 years, so we don't even know, right?
那有一次有一个聚会吃饭的时候我才说，这是不是我认识的这个弟兄？跟他同样在一个工作单位2年了，但是我既然不知道他是一个医生
And I realized at a time in Boston, there's almost all our members, they are PhDs, and they're medical doctor, whatever it is, they're all like that, but they just very simple people,
当时候在波士顿教会聚会的时候很多弟兄姐妹他们都是当医生博士但是呢，大家都是很谦虚在教会里头不把这个名衔地位当作重
So
要
people think if we follow Jesus, we gain nothing.
所以外面的人他们认定说，若是跟随耶稣基督，我们就变成一无所
What
有
we know is not true.
事实上不是
So after the sister passed away,
所以当这个姐妹过世以
and
后
we feel like, wow, this person never gonna bring his 2 sons to church.
我们在想这个丈夫绝对不会让他的儿子继
So
续
we
来教会
pray for the whole family.
所以我们继续为整个
But his
家
son
祷
is
告
only like 6 and 8 years old.
因为他2个儿子当时一个6岁，一个8
But the
岁
sister is only 40 something when she passed away with
那么这
cancer.
个姐妹40多岁因为癌症就过世了
And that's very sad situation, but also we're sad for the 2 sons.
这个是很这个悲伤的事情，尤其对这2个孩子来讲
But when the husband sees 2 sons,
当这个先生看到这2个儿
and
子
they feel so depressed, they feel so sad.
感觉就是非常的沮丧
Then he brought them to church.
带他到教会
Then when he brought them to church,
带他们来教会
he realized that they are full of life.
他才知道说这2个儿子在教会有这么大的有
Once
生
again,
命
they're smiling, they're happy, they're
他
joyful.
们在教会是这个满脸是喜乐满脸是这个有
Then
指
he
望
himself, actually, he was depressed.
但是他自己本身是很
And
沮
he
丧的
lost so much weight. He's so skinny when he
当时候他也是就掉了很多的体重
Then he
然后
started
非
to
常
see
的
his
瘦
children how joyful they were when they come to our church.
那么在言下他看见他2个儿子到教会来是这么的喜乐
And then he also started to come to church.
所以他就决定他也要来教
Then he
会
started to be joyful.
他也开始有喜乐
And he started to gain weight.
开始呢这个体重在增加了
Thank God until this day they still come to church and hopefully we baptized soon.
那感谢主，直到现在他们还继续来教会当然也希望他早一点来受洗
So when you and I follow Jesus,
所以你跟我们跟随主
we gain everything.
我们事实上是得到所
But
有
sometimes we cannot see it yet.
有时候是看不见
But the thing that we gain, that peace and joy that the world cannot offer.
但是我们所得到的就是平安喜乐，这是世界它不会给我们的
And。what we gain is the hope to live life in this world.
那么重要的就是在这个世界我们有这个得救的指望
Now let's bow and pray in
我们
silence.
大家低头默祷。